Right, so we're just busy sorting the shelves out, and we've, as you can see, loosened them off the wall, and we're just taking these caps off so we can get to the screws. See, all this was homemade. So all we need to do now is loosen these screws and drop these shelves off. So that one and the top one there. Right, so that's that done. So there's a nice big gap now in between the shelves. Got the trays there ready. So that just leaves us with one shelf for storage at the bottom, but that'll do now. Got all the covers back on. I had the screw holes, apart from that one. I don't know why that one's not covered. So basically all I need to do now is get everything back in and organised, and then get the peppers potted on. I think I'm going to have 3 pepper plants in the middle there, and a couple of pots of marigolds either side. Or I might have a look online and see what goes well with the peppers, what plants complement the peppers. I'm a huge fan of companion planting. I really do think it works. Like in here with the tomatoes, I should really have some basil as well as the marigolds, but I haven't got any yet, but I am going to get some. So I think I'll have a look online and see what goes well with the bell peppers and get some of them planted. Right, so I'm just doing a few more jobs in the greenhouse. Managed to get everything back in earlier on. Back home now and getting a few more jobs done. So that's the bell peppers potted on, which are the F1 blocky mix. So I've got 4 on each shelf. See there, I'm just busy pricking out the cayenne peppers that eventually grew. And as you can see, I just want to separate a few. I don't want loads, I'll just give these away to a friend now. But all I've done is just made a hole, pricked them out, and I'm simply just popping them in, and then I'm just going to firm everything up like so, and then give them a water, and that's them growing on a bit more. These few peppers that are left, I'll just give those to a friend as well. I need to pick one of these because one of them's going to go into a bigger pot, stand up here, and probably trail down this edge, I think. Because there's no room out anywhere else, basically. The top of this unit here is going to be where the sweet potatoes are going to go. Once I pick one, I'm basically going to put them in a jelly bucket, the same as I have the other potatoes, and grow them in the greenhouse on the top there. So I can't wait to see what happens there. Hopefully I'm going to have them done in time. They've definitely took root, and they're definitely getting bigger, but we'll have to wait and see. So yes, but that's it for now. I'll crack on and we'll come back and have a look before I go in for the night. Right, so that's all them done. The chilies are pricked out in individual containers so they can grow a bit before they get put into their final pots. All the bell peppers are in their bigger pots now on their new shelves. Much more room. I picked the cucumber, which was that one, which interestingly enough, out of the 2 was the Market More cucumber that was grown in the homegrown compost. The other one, that one there, has a V on it, so I've grew that in Viv. I mean, there's not that much of a difference, but that one was definitely healthier. So that's the one I've picked. And I got this today at one of the local farm shops. So I'm just going to pot that onto a slightly bigger pot, but I really like these. I've had one previously, but it died. And just looking at this, the information that's on this pot compared to the information that wasn't on the last one I bought, it tolerates temperatures down to -5. Now the last one I bought, I planted out up around the arbour so it was outside constantly, it wasn't in a pot, it was in the ground, and it died. So I assume because our winters can be colder than -5 degrees, that's what's been the problem. So I'm going to keep it in a pot this time, and over the winter I'll bring it in the greenhouse. See if I fare any better with this one. But they're a lovely little plant, and it is, I can't produce that, but if you can see it there, also known as, I've seen it somewhere before, Cape Marigold or Rain Daisy. But they're just really nice colours on the flowers. So I'll get that potted on, and then that's it for the night. And I'll see you next time round. Right, so I was saying yesterday about the companion plants for the peppers, and I had a look online, and it's basically for peppers, cucumbers and tomatoes, it's all basically the same companion plants. A mixture of herbs, the preference being basil. So I've been out and got some of that today, and I've just put that in there. Marigolds. So I'm going to put some more seeds in of that now. And the other one, though, that I didn't realise about in the greenhouse was nasturtiums. And every year I've grown nasturtiums, and I wasn't going to this year. But I have still got some seeds that I collected myself off plants I have grew in the garden. So I'm going to stick them in there and just have a few trailing around here and there. I mean, they are a really nice plant to look at, but they are quite invasive in the garden. That's why I wasn't going to grow them again this year. But I could probably control them in pots in the greenhouse, so we'll get those in. So all I'm going to do with those is basically just pop them in like that. Like so, cover them. And the marigolds, get that open. Those, just sprinkle a few in each hole, like that, and then just cover them up with some sieve compost. So I'll get that done. Right, so that's them all in now. The basil, the marigold and the nasturtium, I just need to give them a water. The one last thing I'm going to do is that seed there, that's out of an orange, and these ones here out of some nectarines. I'm going to plant them and see what happens. I have managed to get these to grow before. I've still got one of them plants in the house, is still going. The others died. But I'm going to try these. I've never tried them before. Just to see what happens. Why not? Right, so I was just in the greenhouse potting on a couple of me house plants, which are looking a bit sorry for themselves. All the leaves are falling off. They've got a tendency to do that, like, but I've had them for 3 years and they've never been potted on, so I figured I'd take the opportunity to do it. And I was just having a think about this cucumber, this one here on the top shelf, and I was thinking, how do I want it to go as it starts getting bigger? And I've decided I want to put some netting on this edge down here, and let it go up and come down the netting. So I've been having a look and see what I've got, and I've got this old net here which is off me mum, and it was on her back door. It was like one of them, you know, fly netting things. It's got like the magnets that click together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and start taking all these magnets off, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply attach it just by these little covers that cover the screw holes on there. I'm just going to pull them off and just basically put it back on just to hold the net. I think that'll work. There's only one way to find out, isn't there? So I'll get them magnets on and see if that'll work, and we'll come back. Right, there we go. That works quite well. Doesn't look too bad either. So all I've done is, like I said, just pull these off, push them back in the holes to hold the net in place like that, and I'm just pushing any excess, which isn't much, behind the thing, so just so it's a bit neater. So now this cucumber can go up there and come and hang down this edge, and hopefully we'll have some lovely cucumbers off that one. This one's more of an experiment than anything else. It's a market more cucumber, so it's supposed to be an outdoor variety, but I'm assuming it'll grow just as well indoors. These two are the greenhouse ones, and it could just be me, but that, I don't know if I can get it in focus. Hold on. No. Well, that there looks like a tiny little cucumber, so fingers crossed. One on that one as well. Just there. Tomatoes are flowering now. See them there, starting to get the first trusses. So far so good, no complaints. The only other thing to talk about at the minute is that we've just took the plastic off the top of the carrot box, and again, so far so good. Hubby's thinned his out. I'm waiting for a bit longer. Right, going in now. I'll catch us next time. Right, so it is the 27th of May, and I'm going to pop the sweet potatoes on. I'm going to pick the two strongest ones out of these. They're going to go in this jelly bucket, same as the other potatoes have gone in. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer of gravel on the bottom for drainage. Then I'm going to fill it up with compost. I'm going to use the two strongest ones out of there, put them in there. The jelly bucket's going to sit on top of here, and I'm going to put some kind of either string or trellis on the back there, going up here for them to climb up, because I don't particularly want them to trail, so they're going to have to climb. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll get the gravel and the compost in there, and then we'll come and have a look and see how they're doing in this, what the roots look like. Right, so I've got the bucket nearly filled up. Not quite as much as I want in there, but before I go and put too much more in, I want to have a look at the root system on these so I can see exactly, you know, what I need to do. So I want to try and place the camera where you might be able to see. No. Yeah, that might do it. Right. So I really haven't got a clue how I should be doing this, but I really don't want to damage any roots or anything. So I think I'm just going to have to squeeze the pot. And I don't know. I was trying to tease them out individually. Let's have a look. Stick it down the edge. See what we've got. Really nice root system developing there. And you can see that. So that's a nice one. Get these others out and have a look. Another one there. This one. Again. Really good. That's probably the worst one of them. But, right, so I'm going to go with that one, and I'm going to say that one. So I'll tuck these two back in here for now. Set that aside. Like that. Lift these two. There. Right, so now I've chose the two I'm going to use, and I can see what the roots are like. I'll get some more compost in here, and then I'll get the plants in and give it a good water, and then I'll just need to get some trellis or some string or something for them to grow up. I'm not quite sure whether they put out tendrils or they wrap themselves round like runner beans or what. I need to find that out first before making a decision on what to use. But I'll get this filled up, we'll get them planted, and then we'll come back and have a look. Right, so I've gone and put the holes in, and I've gone about 3.5 inches deep. And all I'm going to do is try and get them in there. No, needs to be more. Like that. Try again. I don't want the roots squished up. Right, that'll do it. That's good. Right, I'll get that filled back in. I've already wet the compost. Next one. They had some really good roots on them. Burn them down without overdoing it. Loosen the thing up. There we go. All done. Now we've got to just wait and see. And fingers crossed, in about 4 months' time, we'll have some sweet potatoes. The two that are spare, I'm going to give to me gardening cousin to see how he fares with them. So I've just put them in smaller pots for now for easy transporting to take to his house, and I'll let you know the result of how he gets on as well. He normally does better than I do. He's been doing it for like 50 years. We've got some red onions started as well. We're going to pop them in where we can. The peppers are coming on well. Everything seems to be growing nicely. Even the little mini cucumber in there. They're just absolutely shooting off the cucumbers now. I don't know if you can see as well. We've got trusses coming on every tomato plant now as well. Marigolds are flowering. And the seeds were planted the other day are coming up. So the marigolds are coming up, the nasturtiums aren't, but the basil's starting to now as well. The chilies were thinned out, they're coming along now as well. And after uncovering the carrot bed, it's decided to rain, so that's probably a good thing. Let them have a good drink. But that's it for now, and we'll catch us again next time.